According to NFPA 70, National Electrical Code, Article 314.18, panels containing hazardous live parts must be locked or otherwise secured to prevent access. The NEC recognizes the potential hazard of exposing untrained individuals to live electrical components. By requiring panels to be secured, the code aims to prevent accidental contact. Locking panels reduces the risk of individuals unknowingly touching live parts, which can cause shock, burns, or electrocution. Another goal is to limit tampering. Unsecured panels can be inadvertently tampered with, altering the electrical system and potentially creating safety hazards. Further, the code aims to ensure qualified access. Locking panels allows maintenance personnel and other qualified individuals to access the equipment when necessary, ensuring that critical systems remain operational. Access to locked electrical panels should be restricted to qualified personnel. These are individuals with training and experience in electrical systems, such as licensed electricians, engineers, or qualified technicians. Access should also be granted to maintenance personnel. These are individuals responsible for servicing and maintaining the electrical equipment. Finally, access may be given to supervised personnel, which are non-qualified individuals who may need access under the supervision of qualified personnel for specific tasks, such as voltage testing or troubleshooting. The National Electrical Code addresses safety requirements for electrical installations, including the locking of electrical panels to prevent unauthorized access to live parts. This is an important safety measure to protect individuals from electrical hazards. Article 314.18 specifically deals with the requirements for enclosures for electrical equipment, including the need for these enclosures to be secured to prevent accidental contact with live parts. The rationale behind these requirements is to minimize the risk of electrical shock, burns, and other injuries that can result from contact with energized electrical components. Firstly, preventing accidental contact is paramount. Locking or securing electrical panels ensures that only authorized and qualified personnel can access the live electrical components inside. This prevents accidental contact by untrained individuals who may not be aware of the hazards involved. Secondly, limiting tampering is important. Unsecured electrical panels can be easily tampered with, leading to potential damage to the electrical system or the creation of unsafe conditions. Locking the panels helps to prevent such tampering. Thirdly, ensuring qualified access is necessary. While it's important to restrict access to unauthorized personnel, qualified individuals such as electricians and maintenance technicians need to be able to access the panels for maintenance, repairs, and inspections. The locking mechanism should allow for easy access by these authorized personnel. The NEC specifies that access to locked electrical panels should be restricted to qualified personnel who have the necessary training and experience to work with electrical systems safely. This includes licensed electricians, electrical engineers, and other qualified technicians. Maintenance personnel who are responsible for servicing and maintaining the electrical equipment should also have access to the panels. In some cases, non-qualified individuals may need to access the panels under the direct supervision of qualified personnel for specific tasks such as voltage testing or troubleshooting. The key is that they should not be allowed to work on the electrical system without proper supervision. It's important to note that the specific requirements for locking electrical panels may vary depending on the voltage level, the location of the panel, and other factors. It's always best to consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes and regulations to ensure compliance. The requirements in NEC Article 314.18 and related sections are intended to create a safe environment for both qualified and unqualified individuals by minimizing the risk of electrical accidents. Compliance with these requirements is essential for protecting lives and property. Here's a more detailed breakdown of the key aspects covered in the NEC regarding electrical panel locking requirements. Article 314.18 and other related articles in the NEC address the requirements for securing electrical enclosures and preventing unauthorized access to live parts. These requirements are primarily aimed at preventing accidental contact with energized components, limiting tampering with the electrical system, and ensuring that only qualified personnel have access for maintenance and repairs. Electrical panels and enclosures that contain exposed live parts operating at certain voltage levels must be equipped with a locking mechanism or other means to secure them against unauthorized access. The specific voltage levels that trigger this requirement may vary depending on the addition of the NEC and any local amendments. The locking mechanism should be designed to prevent easy access by unqualified individuals while still allowing authorized personnel to access the enclosure for maintenance and repairs. The locking mechanism may consist of a key-operated lock, a combination lock, or other suitable means of securing the enclosure. The NEC also specifies requirements for the location and accessibility of electrical panels and enclosures. Panels should be located in areas where they are not likely to be damaged or subjected to physical abuse. They should also be readily accessible to qualified personnel for maintenance and repairs. Adequate working space must be provided around the panels to allow personnel to safely perform their tasks. The NEC requires that electrical panels and enclosures be clearly marked with appropriate warning labels to indicate the presence of live electrical parts and the potential hazards associated with them. These labels should be durable and easily visible. They should also comply with the requirements of other applicable standards such as ANSI 535. The NEC mandates that all electrical work, including the installation, maintenance, and repair of electrical panels and enclosures, be performed by qualified personnel who have the necessary training and experience to work with electrical systems safely. This includes licensed electricians, electrical engineers, and other qualified technicians. The NEC also addresses the issue of unqualified persons working on or near electrical equipment. It prohibits unqualified persons from performing electrical work unless they are under the direct supervision of a qualified person. The NEC emphasizes the importance of training and education for all personnel who work with or around electrical equipment. Electrical workers should receive thorough training in electrical safety practices, including the proper use of personal protective equipment, lockout/tag-up procedures, and other safety measures. The NEC recognizes that electrical hazards can vary depending on the specific environment and application. It includes specific requirements for electrical installations in hazardous locations such as areas where flammable gases or vapors are present. These requirements may include the use of explosion-proof enclosures, intrinsically safe circuits, and other specialized equipment. The NEC also addresses the requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the safe operation of electrical equipment. The NEC specifies the methods and materials to be used for grounding and bonding. The NEC is a constantly evolving document that is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advances in electrical technology and safety practices. It is important to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments to ensure compliance. It is a comprehensive set of rules and guidelines for the safe installation and maintenance of electrical systems. Adhering to these requirements is essential for protecting people and property from electrical hazards. By locking electrical panels and restricting access to qualified personnel, we can minimize the risk of accidental contact with live parts, prevent tampering with the electrical system, and ensure that critical systems remain operational. The overarching goal is to create a safer working environment for everyone. Furthermore, specific scenarios dictate the importance of these regulations. Firstly, consider a commercial building. In a bustling commercial building, numerous electrical panels are scattered throughout hallways and service rooms, powering critical systems such as lighting, HVAC, and security. If these panels were left unlocked, anyone could potentially access them, including curious customers and trained employees, or even vandals. Accidental contact with live electrical components could lead to severe injuries such as electric shock, burns, or even cardiac arrest. Unauthorized tampering with the panels could disrupt power to essential systems, causing inconvenience, financial losses, and potential safety hazards. Secondly, consider an industrial plant. In an industrial plant, heavy machinery and equipment rely on complex electrical systems. Electrical panels are vital for controlling and distributing power to these machines. If these panels were left unlocked, untrained workers or unauthorized personnel might attempt to troubleshoot or repair equipment without proper knowledge or safety precautions. This could result in severe electrical accidents, equipment damage, and production downtime. Thirdly, consider a residential complex. In a large apartment building or condominium complex, numerous electrical panels serve individual units and common areas. If these panels were left unlocked, residents or visitors could potentially access them, leading to accidental contact with live parts, especially for children who might be curious about the equipment. Furthermore, unauthorized individuals could tamper with the panels, potentially causing power outages, fire hazards, or even theft of electricity. The NEC guidelines also have specific real-world benefits. Preventing electrical injuries is a main point. By locking electrical panels and restricting access to qualified personnel, the risk of accidental contact with live electrical components is significantly reduced. This helps to prevent electrical shock, burns, and other injuries that can result from such contact. Maintaining system integrity is also a positive aspect. Locking panels helps to prevent tampering with the electrical system, ensuring that it operates as intended and that critical systems remain operational. Preventing unauthorized modifications or adjustments to the system is important for maintaining its reliability and safety. Ensuring compliance with regulations and codes is also a benefit. Locking electrical panels is a requirement of the NEC and other electrical codes and regulations. By complying with these requirements, businesses and organizations can avoid fines, penalties, and legal liabilities. Promoting a culture of safety is another benefit. Implementing and enforcing panel locking procedures demonstrates a commitment to safety and promotes a culture of safety within the organization. This can help to reduce the risk of electrical accidents and create a safer working environment for everyone. Consider now the details concerning qualified personnel to whom access should be granted. Firstly, licensed electricians are qualified personnel. Licensed electricians have completed extensive training and passed rigorous exams to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in electrical work. They are authorized to install, maintain, and repair electrical systems in accordance with the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations. Secondly, electrical engineers are qualified. Electrical engineers have a bachelor's or master's degree in electrical engineering and are trained to design, develop, and test electrical systems. They have a thorough understanding of electrical theory, safety practices, and applicable codes and regulations. Thirdly, qualified technicians are qualified personnel. Qualified technicians have completed specialized training programs and have demonstrated their competence in electrical work through certifications or on-the-job experience. They are qualified to perform a variety of electrical tasks under the supervision of a licensed electrician or electrical engineer. Fourthly, maintenance personnel are qualified. Maintenance personnel who are responsible for servicing and maintaining electrical equipment should also have access to locked electrical panels. They should receive appropriate training and be qualified to perform the tasks required of them. The NEC also addresses the issue of unqualified persons working on or near electrical equipment. It prohibits unqualified persons from performing electrical work unless they are under the direct supervision of a qualified person. This ensures that all electrical work is performed safely and in accordance with applicable codes and regulations. A combination of these approaches ensures a safe and compliant electrical system. The NEC requirements for locking electrical panels are a critical part of electrical safety. By understanding and complying with these requirements, we can minimize the risk of electrical accidents and create a safer working environment for everyone.